Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel we talk life, food, family, and fun, and today we are actually trying out someone else's bread recipe that is a keto recipe that is made in a bread machine. And he actually suggested that if you didn't have a bread machine, just go on Craigslist or your community marketplace and try and find someone who's selling one. And that's exactly what I did. I actually got my bread machine for 10 bucks. So, score. So today we're going to be making a low carb bread that's supposed to taste like wheat bread, and we're going to see if it actually works. This recipe is from Keto King, and he has a YouTube channel, and I will link that in the description box below so you can have exact measurements on how to make this if this turns out good. And if you stay all the way to the end, I'm going to have a bonus tip for you. So hang on to that. It'll be worth it for the bread recipe. So his bread machine is one of the wide ones that are longer, and they have two actual little paddles in there. This one is more tall and only has one, so I kind of don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. So the first thing we're gonna do is put in some water. This is room temperature water. That goes in first. Then you've got a couple of beaten up eggs. So a couple of eggs. Then on top of that, we're going to be adding in some oat fiber. Just pour that right in the center. Okay, then we've got some flaxseed meal, ground flaxseed meal. I'm just gonna pour that in to the top. Then you've got your vital wheat gluten. We're gonna put that in. Also very powdery. Then we've got a teaspoon of salt, and that is supposed to go just around the outside. So make sure that that gets put right around the outside. There we go. And then we've got powdered monk fruit or powdered erythritol, whichever your favorite is. For sweetener, I like monk fruit. That's also going to go around the edge. Don't worry about these measurements. I am going to have a link in the description box where you can go and watch his video and see it if this works. I mean, sometimes people post videos that are like, this is so great, and it's not great. I don't do that. I'm saying other people do that. Then we've got some xanthan gum, and that is supposed to be evenly distributed everywhere. It's not that much, so I'm just gonna tap my finger here. Okay, here's where we have the controversial product. This is a teaspoon of honey. Now, the yeast is going to eat up that honey, and it's not going to have an impact on your sugar levels. But if you are, super strict keto and you have a problem with adding this honey, then this isn't going to work, because the yeast actually needs some real sugar to eat it up to activate it. So, but when you've mixed 1 teaspoon of honey into an entire loaf of bread, the carb content is minimal. So, just a caveat, an FYI, this is probably considered more lazy keto or dirty keto, but I'm really hoping that dirt tastes good. Sure hope this bread machine works. Just bought it for 10 bucks from someone. I did plug it in and it turned on, so that's a good sign. Okay, and then we've got a couple of tablespoons of room temperature butter that's been cut up into tiny little pieces, and I'm just going to, it's really hard when it's room temperature to keep it in little pieces, but we're gonna do it anyway. Then the last thing we're gonna do is put in a tablespoon of yeast. This is going to be the regular yeast, not the instant yeast. And it's just 1 tablespoon, and what you're gonna do is make a well in the center of your flour, and you're gonna pour it all into that. Don't make the well deep enough to where you're hitting the liquid. You want to just stay on the surface a little bit, but it does have a little well so that it's not touching the sugars or salts on the outside. All right, so there we've got this in the center. Just gonna pour it right in there. You can smell the yeast. And that's what it looks like. All right. All right, we've got it in there, ready to go. I'm gonna close this lid. And we're gonna select basic, color, normal, start. I actually don't have a manual for this, so I just did basic 4 cups, start. See you back in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, moment of truth. Just beeped. I'm gonna take it out without burning myself, hopefully. Totally clean. Okay, so it's a tad smaller than I was expecting it to be. He says in his that he makes like 18 or 16 slices out of it. I don't know how I'm gonna get 16 slices out of this, but I mean, it smells like bread, looks like bread. So I'm gonna have to let this cool off before I try it, which is really gonna be hard to do. But a trick with cutting bread is you're gonna take a serrated knife, and if you're cutting a baguette or a loaf of bread like his, which was long, what you're gonna wanna do is flip it upside down and cut it from the bottom to the top. There's less ridges on the bottom than these, like right here, and it's more smooth, so it's gonna go through a lot smoother and give you better slices. In his video, he kind of botched up the cutting and said that he couldn't cut bread before, and this may be really soft, so that may be an issue. But normal bread, if you slice it from the bottom to the top, you're gonna get clean, even slices. So I'm gonna let this cool off, then we'll come back and taste it to give our final verdict to see if this Keto King recipe is a winner or a flop. Man, the sun is really shining in here. Okay, we're back and it is just barely warm. By the way, if you hear something sizzling in the background, I'm making keto chili that actually uses bacon and beer. If you'd like to have a recipe on that and a video made, give this video a thumbs up. It's awesome. Okay, but we're gonna cut this. I don't really know how to cut this shape. How do you even do this? I don't know. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna see how well it cuts. Just cut an end off here. See what it looks like. Okay, can you see this with all the sunlight coming in here? Looks like bread. Feels like bread. Smells like bread. Okay, I turned off one of my lights. I'm hoping that you can see this a little bit better. So I'm gonna try this. A little bit of butter, because what's bread without butter? I'm excited and kind of nervous. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Tastes like wheat bread. No weird taste at all. It's not slimy. It's not, oh my gosh. This is awesome. There's gonna be a link in the description to the video that he put, because he deserves credit for this, and you can watch that and it has all the list of ingredients. But if you don't have a bread maker, you might want to do what I did and find someone in your neighborhood who's selling one for 10 bucks, because I don't think I'm gonna be putting this bread maker away. Really? Awesome. It's gonna be tough not to eat all this. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you want a chili video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.